Okay, so Clyde's boat is back in the shop, and I'm always just in awe, if that's a good word, of this boat for its age, etc. I mean, the thing is just so nice. Michael thinks it's not been out, but I know it has been out. Obviously, it has some of the battle scars that you have of a boat this age, but we deal with a lot of these boats during the course of a year, and definitely over the past couple of years, and this thing is just, it's in great shape. Clyde does a great job on it. He takes really good care of this boat. It is his pride and joy. But I'm always happy to see this boat. It kind of gives you that feel-good feeling when you come in and you see this boat here. One of the areas that, as I tell you all the time, we'll show you what we did wrong. So anyway, just give me a second here. So it is back here for us to do a double check on it. The season's starting. One of the things that I didn't do particularly well was this carpet piece up in here. And so we're going to have to fix this. The reason why I did not want to adhere this too much was because I wanted to have access to the wires behind it. I did not want to glue it in place. So we're going to have to do something with this. It's not a big problem. It's just a question of thinking it through to where we can have access but keep the carpet where it needs to be. In fact, this whole section is out of place. I do understand that Clyde did move his pedal box. So that might have been a part of it. I don't know. But we're going to fix that up. We're going to get cleaned up. We're going to get it organized, and we're going to do a better job with that of how we keep the carpet up there to hide the wiring and all the stuff that we have up under here. If you remember the videos, if not, go back and look at the videos. You'll see what we did in this area. The other thing we're going to be doing is double checking everything that we did on the boat. It's going to be interesting to get up under here, look at the dash, look at the wiring that we did. Just making sure that everything's the way it's supposed to be. And seeing how it's fared over the period of a year. On our lockers, we need to make a slight improvement. If I know how to open this thing. Huh? So, got to make a little bit of a modification here to help evacuate the water from the edge a little bit better. Our fuse panel and fuse box is still doing extremely well. Our center console, our first foray into the box there, is still doing extremely well. The carpet is still very tight. This is a balancing act between having it too close or not close enough, because you don't want big gaps. But it's been our experience that over a period of time of opening and closing the lockers, the carpet wears down and the gap gets a little bit bigger. So let's see. We'll double check the motor, make sure everything's good here. As you know, we did a bunch of work on this before it left. I really appreciate Clyde having the how would you put it, confidence in me, because I'd not really worked on that many. In fact, I don't think I'd worked on any boat motor prior to working on this, and it was great to do it. But we're going to be obviously firing this up and making sure that everything's 100%. As you know, one of the primary reasons for this boat being in here was the smell of gas, and as of right now, you cannot smell any gas at all in here. Obviously, we're going to be pulling the seat. We're going to be taking a look down in there, making sure that there is no issues. But before, you could smell gas straight away. So obviously, well, fingers crossed that has been resolved. But it's always good to double check it. It's just, I gotta be honest with you, it's Clyde takes such great care of this. I'm a little bit bewildered on why it's here. Clyde and I have been talking a little bit about this boat, and I think he's kind of maybe thinking about buying a newer boat. He's kind of got that anchoring is the guess I get right now. That's the impression I get. I don't know, but he's been talking to me a lot about the boats that come in, what type of boats, what I think about other boats, makes, etc. Of course, everybody has a preference, on which one is the best and all the rest of it. I don't. We work on all of them, and they all have their own warts or belly buttons or whatever you want to say about them. I think that if you could take a combination of all of them and put it together, you'd have one unbelievable boat. But of course, the idea of where do you go from this, quite honestly. But this is without a doubt my most favorite boat that comes in and out of here. It's just when you touch this, it's like touching a piece of glass. Now, a lot of boats that we get in that have got this metal flake in them, it almost feels abrasive, even if it's been taken care of. But this boat is just, I know I'm going on, but I'm just flabbergasted at how smooth it is. Not faded if you look down here, except for where my handprints are. See, I should have worn my white gloves. If you look down here, there's no fading or anything like that. So it's just impressive. I know Michael's going, what's he rambling on about? But this is my favorite boat. And if I was going to buy a boat, I would buy this boat in a New York Minute. I'm not a boat person, so it wouldn't be a smart thing for me to do. What are you nodding your head for? I don't need a boat. I don't want a boat.
There's a lot of things you don't need in life. For the 361 Ranger V, right? This is a 25th anniversary.
I know, but it needs to go. If this thing was ever to sell, it needs to go where somebody's going to take care of it, etc. And if you don't,
imagine your grandson driving this boat one day.
Yeah, well, his father can buy it. So, but anyway, if like I said, we're going to kind of do some videos on this. I'm a little upset about the way I did the carpet over here. Hindsight's always 20/20. We're going to be making some adjustments in here, double checking all of our wiring. Going to be pulling the covers, just making sure that everything's still working as of right now. There's nothing wrong with the boat, but Clyde's one of these kind of guys that wants his stuff, his things to be in tip-top shape. I enjoy being around Clyde. I enjoy talking to Clyde because he's just one of those guys that, he's the kind of guy you let him borrow your weed whacker and it comes back fully serviced. It looks like it just came brand new from Home Depot. To me, he's one of those kind of guys. That's the God's honest truth. He just strikes me as being one of those kind of guys. So we're going to be checking it out. He put some new tires on it. But, it's just, considering, how old is this thing?
It's as old as I am. It's a 91.
It's a 91?
31 years old.
So this boat is 31 years old, and even with the few minor things around the boat, like there's a little section here, and there's some cracking up in here, but there's brand new boats, less than a year old, that come in that are not as good shape as this. I don't know what it is. This red just pops, it just, like if you can, I don't know if you can see it from that side or even on the camera. It's just got this. Now, I don't care who you are, you'd look cool just riding around in this boat. Just cruising around, having a good time. and maybe doing a little fishing or what have you. But I think this would be just a great family kind of boat, is my opinion. We're obviously going to go through, double check the steering. This has hydraulic steering on it, so we'll double check the steering, make sure the steering and everything's good. I really like hydraulic steering. I don't like the other style of steering. I didn't even realize there was two different styles. But anyway, seat's still in really good shape. We looked at redoing this, and quite honestly, it was pretty expensive. I think it was, how many thousands was it?
Couple thousand.
It's a couple of thousand to redo this seat. I bet you right now you couldn't even get it done. We've
I think new information, you can order the skins from Ranger.
Oh, you can? So you can, Michael's telling me you can order the skins from Ranger. I'm trying to think if I was to get this boat, what I would do to it.
Hydraulic jack plate.
Yeah. No. Well, okay.
2 black power bolts.
Oh, fair.
Spot lock controller motor. 2 12-inch graphs.
No.
Forward facing sonar.
No.
360 imaging.
No. I don't think it's that kind of boat. I would agree with the jacking plate and possibly the power poles. I think it depends on what you were going to use it for, but you know, here we are talking about Clyde's boat, and you know, so anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. You know, I think Michael should get a good shot at that one over there. You know, how we've developed, and you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. And I can remember working on this boat and being scared to death the entire time that we worked on this thing, because it is such a nice boat. Every time we went to drill a hole or do anything, it was always quadruple checked. I mean, some people made some comments about the fact that, oh, it's just this, it's just that. Well, I don't see it this way. This is somebody's absolute pride and joy, and you know, I think that you know, he gave us the opportunity. Michael, I'll never forget it, because he didn't want a locker here. He just wanted the deck. And Michael said, "Boy, it'd be really cool if we could make it lift up." And I guess I must have been weak mentally at that point in time or something. I don't know. But I went along with it, and it was a fun journey. And it was a fun journey because Clyde was so supportive. He was such a great guy. Obviously, we was doing the 363. We was doing the 363 at that time. And you know, that boat turned out really nice. You know, the downside of that boat was this had not been taken care of. But that boat turned out really well too. But Clyde letting us do what we did on this boat, I think, got us to the level we are today. And that's you got to give credit where credit's due. I think I don't know if we'd be doing these deck modifications and stuff that you see going on here. I don't know if we would be doing that. I mean, just look at this trailer. This, you know, I never see a trailer coming here looking this clean. So, you know, I think maybe we should have Clyde come out and say, this is how you take care of your boat. So anyway, you know, enough of that. I just want to kind of give you an update. We'll be doing a couple more other videos when we get up under the dash, when we pull the seat, double checking the fuel tanks, making sure there are no leaks, but I'm 99.9% sure there is not, because you can smell the gas before. You cannot smell it right now. It's just drop dead gorgeous, you know. So hopefully with an awful lot of work, we'll have this looking as good as this by the time we're through. But you know, I was wondering what everybody would think what a boat like this is worth in this day and age. You know, if it was to go up for sale, I mean, what would it be worth?
So, how much for the boat?
Yeah, how much for the boat?
You know, what you would be willing to pay for a boat like this? I think that would be, you know, good to know. Do a cost comparison. how much Michael spends on this versus how much this would cost if Clyde would be willing to sell it. So anyway, just rambling on like I usually do, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit, tell you the boat's back. I posted it on social media, got a tremendous amount of likes and tremendous amount of nice comments. So anyway, if you would comment down below what you think about it, and what you think this one will end up costing, or what you think this one here is worth, and that would be interesting for me to see. But if you get a chance, like, subscribe and share. If you've not seen the videos of us working on this, maybe if Michael's in a really good mood, he might be able to put a link down to them. I don't know. So maybe you could put a link down to them. We had some fun times working on this, but I will say it was stressful. It was extremely stressful, because when you have, to be honest with everybody, it was more stressful working on this than the brand new boats that come in here. I've got to be that honest with you. Brian Robinson brings his boat in, and I tell you what, if you saw Brian Robinson's boat right now, boy, I tell you what, those things, they work them hard. No mercy. I guess it's a tool in the toolbox when you're trying to fish tournament fishing. So anyway, enough of me rambling on. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share your opinions on it. Love to hear from you guys.